What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is International Women's Day, at least the last hour of it on the East Coast. So, in honor of the women, I didn't acknowledge you enough today. I'll bring you this. I love water. Need to drink more of it. Got some oranges, too. So, I'll bring you this. A lot of times, you've heard the story about how, a woman is just being nice to a man, and not really trying to take it anywhere. Like I said, you're just being cordial with somebody. You're just being nice. You're just saying hello to somebody. It could be a coworker. It could be a friend. It could be a family member, to tell you the truth. And as men, a lot of times, I hate to say this, we kind of misread some things, some signals and stuff like that. You wink at us a little bit. You blink at us, the right way, or you have some perfume on, or whatever the case may be. And then a man will take the tendency to say, you know what, maybe this woman is feeling my style or my swagger or whatever the case may be. And the reality is that's not the case. Sometimes when a woman is being nice to a man, she's just being friendly. You know what I'm saying? She's not taking it anywhere. Thank you for the one person and the two people that were here, but it's all good. Like I said, I think it's this big misconception sometimes that when a woman gives you a certain type of attention, that she automatically is into you, is feeling you, or she wants to sleep with you. Sometimes, for the sake of conversation, a woman could just really want to be friendly with you. A woman could really just like your company. A woman could really just be like, hey, this is a nice person. Just because a woman is being nice to a man doesn't mean she wants to sleep with him. Hey, Pink Kisses. Thank you for coming through. What's going on, Size Dad? Thank you for coming through. And like I said, I get it. Excuse me, sorry about that. I get it. Sometimes you see the right-looking woman. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's intelligent. She may be even, like looking a little sexual or something like that. And she might look at you a little bit, give you some type of attention that you ain't expecting. And you might want a little piece of that. But the reality is, like I said, there's a lot of women out there who may be married, who have somebody. Maybe they're even feeling you a little bit. But just because they're being nice to you doesn't mean they want to get in the sack with you. And over the years, I've gotten stories, even complaints, about how certain women get approached. How, you buy somebody lunch, a woman might buy a man lunch, and then next thing you know, there's a situation where, he's trying to get her phone number, or, harassing her, whatever the case may be, or following on social media, sexting and sending certain type of pics, like I said, and I know it must be hard out there on certain women, out there trying to be nice and just, I guess be cordial with somebody, and the last thing you want to do is it turn into this sexual encounter or this advance. And it happens sometimes. Sometimes there's mixed signals. Sometimes, there are women that may be feeling you at first, and then all of a sudden they may not be feeling you. So is that miscommunication that comes in the cues and the signals that we misread. Sometimes a woman might put their arm around you, or might give you a kiss on the cheek, or, might say you look nice, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you. And I know it's hard on a lot of women out there, because you have to be careful how you compliment a man, or just complimenting a man at all. Sometimes that could be taken as, a sexual advance, or a sign that, you want to give the man a little bit more than what you're saying. Pink Kid says, I'm in a tough situation right now with a guy who I'm not feeling, but I'm being honest and upfront with him. He has baggage. Listen, on the other side of that, Pink Kisses, I know what it's like to be around women that have baggage. And sometimes with situations like that, you really just have to remove yourself from that particular person. You have to remove yourself from that situation, as hard as it may be. Sometimes not speaking to the person again, or letting the person know, look, emphatically, I'm not feeling you. I don't want to be with you. It's not working out, and sticking to your guns. I think the problem we have in relationships is when we don't stick to our guns. What's up, Guts and Glory? Thank you for coming through. I think what happens in relationships, Pink Kisses, is that when we don't stick to our guns and actually, mean what we say, and do what we claim, then it becomes a situation where people misread that and take signals away and say, okay, well, she's not as serious or he's not as serious, because one moment, you're saying you don't want to be with the person, but then you're around them. I'm not perfect either, but it's difficult. He has kids and expects way too much from me. Well, you be honest with that. What's going on, Veronica Bates? I see you. Thank you for coming through. I read the title and I gotta check this out. Yes, this is something to check out, Guts and Glory. Well, the title for this is Women Being Nice to Men. Understanding that just because a woman is nice to you doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you. Sometimes women are just being nice to me. It's like I would be foolish to think that every woman on here that says, hey, hello to me, or, you're looking nice today, they want to get it on with me. How am I tonight? I'm decent. I'm decent tonight. Thank you, Veronica, for asking. But yeah, Guts and Glory. I'm just talking about this because this is something that was on my mind, and it's International Women's Day, or the last of it. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, Pink Kisses. Back to what you were saying, Pink Kisses. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you're in situations with, a person has kids, and they expect a little bit too much from you. Things that you want to give emotionally, physically, spiritually. I never left, you said. Listen, you never left. Yeah. Thank you, Bullet Train, for coming through. But yeah, Pink Kisses. I totally get it sometimes. Sometimes you're in a situation. I never left your side. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, Bullet Train. I'm glad you're here. Nah. So it's all good. I guess a woman being nice to you doesn't automatically mean bang, bang, bang. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean bang, bang, bang. No, it doesn't. But unfortunately, there's a lot of us men out there who do not have proper home training, who do not have proper manners. I hate to say it. There's some of us out there that if a woman looks our way too long, we're ready to jump on it. So unfortunately, I mean, like I said, I apologize to a lot of you women that have to face that. But also, too, I say to the women out there, always be upfront and be, stern with somebody, that you just, interested in them as a friend. If you find that you're being a little too friendly, if you find that you think you're coming off a little bit too sexual towards somebody, let them know, look, we're friends. It's not like that. Bullet Train, you were like that. Well, I mean, we live and we learn, Bullet Train. We grow up. Like I said, Mel was never like that, but if I have my lust in me, my desires, I work on it. I mean, and on the flip side, to be fair, there's women that lust for men and go after men, that are nice to them in certain ways. But we're gonna leave that alone for the sake of this conversation. We're just talking about, the women being nice to men and how that gets misconstrued, and how sometimes folks take things a little bit too far. Also, a guy and a girl can be friends without being intimate. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, I agree with you, Guts and Glories. This is true, but as a man, you have to be prepared for that. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody has the maturity level to do that, because what happens when you want to be with somebody who wants to be your friend, but at the same time you're attracted to this person? Yeah, Bullet Train, thanks for understanding. So it's crazy, because you have a situation where, a woman saying, yeah, I like you as a friend, and you're a nice guy, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. After she said all that, you kind of just like looking off to the side. What's going on, Burry Love? I see you out there. It's a challenge. So learning how to do that comes with maturity, comes with, experience. It comes with the willingness to want to be open to being friends with a woman, like that, but the reality is, sometimes, it don't matter. You could sit there and try to fool yourself about how much of a friend you're going to be with somebody, but it may not work out that way. What happens when you have feelings that you have to suppress because you feel that person? What's going on, TCK? I'm just talking about women being nice to men and how that can go left. You know what I'm saying? Like it's challenging for women out there nowadays, especially on social media, because when you have like a very attractive woman, or even moderately attractive woman on social media who like your posts or leave a comment, automatically what'll happen is, a man will feel like, what, she's ready for the bang bang. You know, as they said, the bang bang bang. You know, now you sending her all kind of pictures. You sliding up in the DMs trying to make it happen. What's going on, Tiger? Excuse me. So I guess a lot of people wanted to hear about this tonight. Yeah. I mean, it's challenging, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's challenging. I mean, I can imagine what some of your women go through. How am I? I'm okay. What's going on, Maria? Thank you for coming through. I can imagine what some of your women go through sometimes with us men, because we can be reckless. We can be very disrespectful with how we approach you off of a misconception, you know. And it's crazy. I like men and women get carried away with feelings unless it's said straight out. Don't even. Well, yeah. You can get carried away with feelings, but here's the thing, TCK. What happens when it's just really a misconception? You know, I mean, is a man wrong? You know, is a man wrong for feeling like, you know, hey, maybe the woman wants more if she brushes up on him, you know, or you know, there's a light, you know, peck on the cheek, you know, or a caress of the shoulders, you know, something. You know, what do you feel at that time? You know, don't know. Women can be crazy. I've been married twice. Yeah, I mean, women can be crazy too, but at the same time, there's men that take it too far, man. I mean, sometimes we take it a little too far. Just like a woman sometimes can't even talk to a man and smile in the man's face so long, you know, for too long. I know my mother's told me when she was on jobs and stuff like that, and she would smile or, you know, buy somebody a drink, and next thing you know, the man is trying to, you know, get with my mother, and I might have to step up to the job and, you know, wear somebody out, give him a little workout, like, you can give him a mom dukes, you know, but that's how that is. If she wants more, she would say so. You need a woman that will be real with your feelings. This is true, but TCK, I gotta be honest with you, as a man, knowing other men, you know, knowing some thirsty men, sometimes a woman don't have to say a word. All you have to do is give them a look, you know, give them a touch. Oh my God, don't touch a man after you smiled at him. Like I said, that can get crazy. That can get crazy. Like I said, if I'm on the job, if I'm in passing, I see you and you looking at me, I notice you noticing me, woo! That could get kind of crazy right there. Like I said, there's certain things that you just can't do with a man, you know, and then afterwards say to him, okay, you know, we just friends and this and that, which a woman she has the right to say no. A man should have the right to say no, you know, and say, look, this is not what I'm into. But sometimes you could get a man so worked up that by the time you tell him no, he's already got you, you know, naked in his mind, or, you know, seeing you with 2 kids and a house on the prairie somewhere, you know, or see you in all kind of sexual positions before you even actually said hello to each other and had a decent conversation. It happens with Veronica Bates. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to out men or nothing like that, but unfortunately, you know, women go through a lot. I give a lot of love, but they go through the time of the month. Wow. Tiger, I'm not touching that one. Thank you, Maria. Have a great night. Thank you. I'm not touching that last comment. You're on your own with that one. On your own with that one. All I'm saying is that as men, we can get disrespectful. And it's important to ask a woman. It's like TCK said. If a woman does something, yeah, Tiger, that's wild. That's a little wild. That's a little wild. No, I can't give you no help on that one. You're on your own with that one. Here's the thing. I love to make food. Is that okay? Yeah, you can love to make food. I don't know how that fits in this conversation, but it is what it is. Now, as far as the situation goes, it's like TCK said. If a woman wants more, yeah, there you go, Veronica. I'm staying away from that one. If a woman wants more, she'll say so. And as men, we have to be at least be smart enough to say, hey, before you get all thirsty and all worked up over these misconceptions or these mixed signals that you're getting from a woman, ask a woman. You know, like I said, if she brushes you on the shoulder or she smiles at you for 10 seconds too long, ask her, are you looking for a nightcap? Or was you just being nice? You know, did you just brush your teeth one day and just wanted to smile at me and show me the whites of your teeth? Or were you really trying to go further with this? You know? And Right. Oh no, I'm staying out of that one. I'm staying out of that one. Unless I hope y'all know each other. But like I said, like I said, I'm not going there. Mm. But yeah, I'm decent. I'm just trying to stay out of trouble with that comment. But for the most part, it is what it is. I have boys, best friends. One proposed. I ended the friendship. If I'm serious about one, I will let the man know. Ask my homie. I told him straight out. Married 9 years, together for 12. Wow. But see, I respect that you said you ended the relationship, TCK, with somebody who proposed to you, who was a friend, because sometimes you have to do that. What do you do? You can ask me something, Tiger. You can ask me. I mean, it comes down to, sometimes you really can't carry on because, you don't want to be with somebody as a friend knowing that they secretly feel some type of way from you, or they express that they feel some type of way for you. And it's like you don't want to be in that awkward type of situation. They want more from you than you're willing to give. At 62, I find myself, when a woman smiles at me thinking about red sports cars, it puts me being old. Wow. Interesting size, Dad. I don't know. I don't know if that's the comparison. Kids play games, a real woman will say, "What's up?" Yes, we need some real women out there. Let me not let my camera fall. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Real women say, "What's up?" What about women expect too much, like take care of them and money wise and take care of God? Yeah, no. Don't take care of no man. Don't take care of no man. Let the man take care of himself. H-Town emotions make you cry sometimes. Play in the background. Exactly. Okay, I feel that. What's going on, Patch? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Nah, you're not. Listen, Pink Kisses. I tell anybody out there, any woman out there, don't be out there taking care of no man. Like I said, grown man. Like I said, if he could take care of himself, able-bodied, and ain't nothing wrong with him. He ain't catch a like an illness or something, or get crippled, or get caught up in a bad way. Don't you be out there taking care of no man. Start off a relationship out there. Nah, it's all good. Yeah, no problem, Patch, no problem. Every time I see you doing a show in regards to gun control, just be careful. It's a man to take care of a woman. It's a man to take care of a woman. I think it's a mutual thing. Nowadays, the roles can be switched and whatnot. It's partnership. Both men and women can take care of themselves, but when you are with the right person, you can take care of each other. I agree. It shouldn't be one-sided. You don't babysit a man, that's called using. Exactly. A real man can wipe his own butt and pay rent at the same time. Amen. Amen. I agree. Amen. Like I said, but we can help each other. Yeah, Veronica Bakes, it should be a partnership. It shouldn't be one person having to do more than the other person is in a particular, situation or relationship or something like that. It should be a situation where, what, y'all work together, you know what I'm saying? Y'all try to, work it out and see where it's going and whatnot. It shouldn't be a situation like it was said in the comments, you're using and stuff like that. Like I said, these are great comments in there. When you're in a situation like that, be it you're a man, be it you're a female, run. I just say run. Yeah, no slacking. Both needs to be equal. Like I said, you're talking about equality, and there's a time when women are being empowered, which I encourage as well. So I tell any woman, part of being empowered is learning not to take care of no man. You know what I'm saying? I agree. This guy I'm talking to expects too much is ridiculous. Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but if it's out of hand and whatnot, then maybe it's time for you to go. But like I said, I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life. That's a decision that you have to make. Hubby and I are learning to balance the housework and paying bills. We have the same goals. Well, TCK, that's what it's about. It's about being on the same page and balancing it and whatnot. He said, I grew up in a broken home where I watched my mom be every day. Had no choice that a man should abuse a woman. Sorry to hear that, Tiger. Sorry to hear that. And like I said, I know what it's like to, be in a broken home, grow up in a broken home. I know exactly what that's like. And, some of those issues and whatnot that you're talking about definitely are very, very familiar to me as well. Yeah, well, this is a suggestion. But see, sometimes it's not that easy, guts and glory, just to cut a person loose, because maybe emotionally you may be attached. But if you have the strength to go that way, then that's what it is. The rent check has no gender, only numbers. Yes, I agree. Okay, see. Mm. That's why it should be split equally. And if you're dealing with somebody who's not willing to see you as an equal in the relationship, then, it's one-sided. And I tell anybody, man, don't be out there taking, especially any woman, don't be out there taking care of no grown man. Especially if you ain't got no kids by it. Especially if you ain't married to him and you ain't business partners or nothing like that. Don't be out there taking care of no man. Let that man stand on his own too. Let him get up and do what he got to do. And that's all I can really say about that. I am Gus and Glory. He has kids. 7 of them. 7 of them. He makes a lot of money and practically wants a second mom for his kids. I'm not doing that. Listen. If you do with somebody who has 7 kids and ain't none of these kids your own, like I said, I'm trying to listen. If you listen, 7 kids, listen, unless you plan on making it to 8 kids, walk away. Just walk away. 7 kids. Wow. I appreciate that, Tiger, but 7 kids? No, pink kisses. Listen, no. That's not your job. You know what I'm saying? Gus and Glories, I'm sorry that you had to happen that way. Listen, 7 kids. I ain't gonna lie. What's up, lovely kid Japan? Yeah, because of I hear you, lovely kid Japan, but sometimes, being nice to a man, that's not 7 kids is too many. Really, that's a basketball team with a few extra. And I'm not knocking the man for having 7 kids, but if I had 7 kids, the last thing I'm trying to do, pink kisses. Listen, I can't tell you how to live your life, but I remember one time, I tell a little story about me. I remember one time I was talking to this woman, and she's a very beautiful woman, very beautiful. Look into her eyes, I could see the bedroom and all that stuff, right? And this is when I was in the military. We ain't gonna say the person's name and whatever. We won't leave the person out, but we was making an attempt to do a long distance relationship, and she had 4 boys, and I found myself getting a little bit too attached, and we didn't even really get that serious. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, she got 4 boys. I don't know. I'm not ready for all that. 4 boys going into like their teens. And, at the time I'm in my 20s. Who was dating a man with 7 kids? I let it be said. I want to say it. I'll let her say it. I'll let her say it. 7 kids. I thought it was much when I was in my 20s, my late 20s, trying to date somebody, mid to late 20s, trying to date somebody with 4 boys. She had 4 and then had an affair on me with the child support and stayed, and he is my son under God's eye. Interesting. I don't know where to go with that, if that's the real deal. Sorry to hear that that's the case. But if you dealing with somebody with 7 children, that should be, listen, that's not your, move on. I don't like to tell people stuff like that, but 7 kids, I can see it's 1 or 2, maybe 3, but 7 plus older boys can be very protective of their moms. If I be a wife of him, I'll be smack of him. Well, listen, I don't know. I don't know, pink kisses. That's one of those things. Wow, that's a basketball team right there. Unless you really love this person, if there are kids and they're not yours involved, you got to be careful, because my siblings and I got stuck with a poppy stepdad. Yeah, kids get attached. Exactly. That's where it can get a little bit challenging. That's why it's not easy to say walk away, but I personally would say walk away if you find yourself in a situation with a man who has 7 kids and wants more from you than you're willing to give. I'm saying? That's literally like Little House on the Prairie, or some sitcom that I don't even know to think about. But only you can make that decision. All we can do is try to advise you. on a particular situation. Maybe you love the man. Maybe you could talk to him and let him know. Let him know. So far as you was not comfortable with just say friends, but yeah, 7 kids can be overwhelming. I mean, I mean, trying to be friends with somebody who has 7 kids. I mean, no offense, that sounds like you're looking for another mommy, you know, looking for another wife or something like that. And it's gonna be hard to try to replace all 7 of those kids' mother. Like, it just, those are big shoes to fill. I mean, I don't know. 7 kids equals $100. The buffet, walk away. Nah, I don't say it like that. I share my oldest child with my ex, and his wife is absolutely, God bless her, stepped up when she didn't have to. Yeah, it's a different way because all of us in the chat can tell you one thing. Yeah, 4 were overwhelming. Yeah, like I say, I could say 4. 4 is kind of crazy. 7 is just like, I mean, God bless you for even being willing to put up with that. But I mean, it's about you being honest with yourself and just trying to figure out where you want to go with the relationship. That's something that maybe you and only that man can really figure out. You know, yeah, no one can really replace those kids' mothers. But at the same time, you know, it's got to be rough on you know, pink kisses. It's rough when two are grown. It's rough. 2 are grown, and the rest are under 6. I can't. Thanks for the advice, everyone. It's really up to you, pink kisses, when you look at that particular situation, because realistically, what I can say to you, if is before you walk away, it's best to talk to them. You know, if you're friends, then this should be a foregone conclusion about what you're gonna do. You can be there as a friend, but be straight up. Now, if romantically you want something with this man and you want to take it to that next level, then be honest with it. It's just like what was said in the comments. I think TCK said, you know, just as a real woman. I'm not saying you're not a real woman. You know, what's going on, Linda? And woo! Just say pink kisses as a real woman, just as it was said by other women in this chat. You know, just say what you want. You know, just be realistic and honest about what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't feel no shame, but there's going to be some emotions, especially if you got children under 6. You know, there's children under 6 in the relationship, and obviously you probably have some type of attachment, you know, to them, you know, which you know, I think you're sharing. Peggy definitely is making them, enjoy making them a little while ago. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a rough one. That's a rough one because, like I said, any of us in the chat, you know, we can only say so much to you. Just let the guy know what it is, and it's hard for you to be open with him. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Veronica Bakes. What's going on, Cargo? Thank you for coming. Yeah, no, thank you, Cargo. I thought you were still in Disneyland or something somewhere. I seen something where you said you'll want a giveaway or something like that. I appreciate you, Cargo, just for stopping by and gracing me with your presence. I encourage anybody to check out Cargo 619. What's going on? What's going on, Slayer? I appreciate you. I don't know if I'm a professor, but I'm just talking about this talk. We just having a heavy conversation. Things got a little bit heavy. They got a little bit heavy, but you know, like I said, we're still here. I have 10 days to Disney, but thanks. Oh no, I thought you went already. I honestly thought you went already, Cargo. Sorry about that. Hopefully you feel better before you actually get to Disney. You know, and I'm sorry if I thought you were away. We don't want you to go away too soon. You know, but like I said, also have a safe trip, you know, and I'll probably see you on your channel before those 10 days up. Maybe the wife can destroy in the stream. No, I don't know. I don't know, lovely kid Japan. But pink kisses, as far as that's, I'm definitely going to tell him. I have to be honest with him about what I'm about. Yeah, I think that's the thing, pink kisses. All you can really do is, you know, if you care, is to be honest about the situation, because you don't want this to linger on, especially when they're 6-year-olds, you know, kids under 6, toddlers and stuff like that. You want to try to figure this out now. Maybe you could be there as a friend. Maybe you could be there for the kids later on, moving forward and stuff like that. But you don't want to put yourself in a situation where, you know, you're just trying to be nice to them, and then it turns into, you know, you're the surrogate mother, or the quasi wife, or the, you know, the girlfriend slash maid slash counselor slash confessor, you know, slash caretaker, or whatever that is. You know, you have to be clear about what it is that you want from this particular man. And also too, All you need is a cigar, a glass of whiskey, the fireplace. That's coming, Slayer. I don't know about the cigar, but a glass of whiskey, that's coming. And a fireplace, that's coming. Don't worry. Honestly, the best way is right. You know, the kids become. Yeah, you don't want it to become, because when it's kids involved, you know, that's when it can become a little bit crazy. Besides, there's nothing wrong with platonic friendship. It's crazy. It's crazy. If a lot of people give, I don't know if I give a lot of people good advice. I try to be, you know, like actually, it's you folks in the chat that are giving good advice. It's different to love just the man on the other side to help him raise the kids. I agree, Tina. I definitely agree. And that's where it becomes a little bit touchy, Paint Kisses, because, you know, if it was just between you and the man, and if it was maybe one kid or two kids, even with that, it's still a little bit touchy. It's just that when you're dealing with kids, the kids can get hurt, because I've had relationships where I dealt with women and it didn't work out and they had kids, and to this day, you know, I wonder, like, what if I would have stayed, and, you know, could I have been there more for the kids even if the relationship wasn't working out? But you have to remember that it's not your responsibility to try to take care of somebody else's kids if the relationship is not working out or if things are not going the way it should. And I know people who have stayed in touch and still been friends with the children, you know, after the relationship was over. The man comes with the kids full package. Yes, I agree. I agree. I think he is irresponsible. He was irresponsible. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Irresponsive man. Yeah, I mean, it's still a situation where you got to be careful. I agree with Tina. You got to be careful, you know, with these situations and whatnot when it comes to kids. Llama Monster, appreciate it. I'm 24 and I stayed in a bad relationship because I care for the children. It happens. It happens. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It happens. We've all been there. I mean, I had relationships that were supposed to end, but because I love the kids or got an affection for the kids, yeah, I stayed around longer than I probably should have. Pink, I'm sure that you're lovely, being true to your heart what matters. Listen to your heart and be true, and it will work out. Well, I add to that, TCK, when I'll say this. You can be true to your heart, but you also want to be honest with your heart. You also want to be honest with the individual that you're dealing with. You also want to be honest with those children. Because, like I said, you don't, I have no kids, I'm going to tell them I don't need the drama or whatever. Well, it just comes down to it. If you feel like there's something there, then be honest. I can't disappoint any woman all night long. Sorry to hear that, Llama Monster. You know, you got something to shoot for, I guess. Yeah, but Pink Kisses. I mean, I guess all any of us can do is to try to be there for you, so be supportive of you, and give you advice on a situation. All I'm saying to you is that if you feel like the relationship is not working out for you and it's not something that you want to pursue, before you get yourself in too deep, it's best to be honest with the man about what you're feeling and what it is that you particularly want to do. Now, on the flip side, you may get his best argument. You may get some feelings and some emotions. The kids may be brought up. So be wary and be ready for that. You know, you have a good night, everyone. We look forward to your next stream. All right, thank you, Tiger, for coming through. Appreciate it. She used the excuse, my kids see you as a father, but I stayed to a point where I left. Yeah, it happens like that. I mean, sometimes it only prolongs the inevitable. I definitely agree with you, Slayer. But no matter how much of a father figure or mother figure or role model that you may be to these children, the reality is that, and I hate to say this, is that you're not their mother. And what's going on backwards, Rays? I see you out there. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, I'm sorry as well, Slayer, that happened to you is like that. So it comes to a point where you're competing and whatnot, but it is crazy. Good night, Veronica Bates. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you here for being here, part of this chat. Like I said, this definitely got a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna get. But I guess these late night chats kind of get like that sometimes. You know, yeah, Slayer. But I appreciate you for sharing, and also too, Pink Kisses, I appreciate you for sharing as well. You know, like I said, your situation. Hopefully, that works out. Got to work early in the morning. See you next time. Thank you, Veronica Bates. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for your input. Thank you for everything that you added to this conversation. Definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Wow. Relationships are wild, man. Relationship wild. I didn't expect that, but I'm glad that you shared that. Pink Kisses. Using kids to emotionally manipulate people is a horrible thing to do. yeah, TCK, it is a horrible thing to do, but it's been done. It's still being done. It'll be done before this live stream. It's being done while this live stream is going on, and it'll be done after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's rough. It's rough. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate to the kids because the kids get put in a precarious situation, in a messed up situation where they're being used as pieces and pawns, you know, for folks to get what they want. And unfortunately, that happens in relationships where people are the birth parents to the children, and they are not. You know, some people will use your love against you. Believe me, I know this. This I know. You know, so the thing is, you have to be strong enough to walk away, even when your heart is set on a particular situation. You have to see the situation for what it is. And sometimes, you know, we have to, you know, think with a sound mind and see with clear eyes and move with an open heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, so much me trying to preach, Slayer. It's just me trying to be real, because a lot of time we can be blinded by emotion. We can be blinded by, you know, what we feel for a situation. We can be blinded by what a person is saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, like Monsters Ball where Holly Berry, just make me feel good. I just want to feel good. You know, but anyway, you know, that happens. So it has to be a situation where it goes beyond just trying to feel good. It has to be about seeing it for what it is. See the relationship, see the situation, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. See it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't let yourself be blinded by the emotion. Don't let yourself be blinded, you know, by a situation that may be overwhelming emotionally. Yeah, Mel, this is a topic, something that can talk about for hours. Yes, it can be talked about for hours, but I will not talk about it for hours. I will talk about it long enough. You know, I'm very happily divorced. I got hand lotion and I can cook. Oh, women are not needed. Oh my God, you refuse to be abused again. Check this out. The hand lotion thing, you know, Llama Monster. You know, good for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge you, brother. I don't judge you. You hand lotion it on. You know, I mean, and you could cook for yourself afterwards for a nightcap. But the reality is that Mel would like the company of a young lady. Not a young lady, but a lady of age. You know what I'm saying? You're a liberated man. Well, after the hand lotion, I agree that that you will be liberated. Menaced. Yeah, I seen that hashtag menaced. I seen that on online went out before I did this. You have no limits. Oh my God, you have no limits between the friend zone and romance. Yeah, you have to know the limits. I think you do. Backwards raised, but sometimes we get blinded by objectivity of what we want from a person, and then oh wow, Slayer said, take yourself to dinner first, bro. That's what you got to do. Take yourself to dinner. Cook first and then the lotion. But yeah, backwards raised. You have to know the boundaries between the friend zone and romance and stuff like that. He says, I do. Wow. Well, if you're gonna take yourself to dinner and give yourself a nightcap, make sure you have the best meal possible before you liberate yourself. You know. Oh my God. If they only knew. Mel, what are you doing on this live stream? Anyway, forgive me, folks. We just had a couple of innuendos in there, not to offend anybody. Just all in good fun, all in good humor. Everything Llama Monster said is on him. But anyway, yeah. Definitely backwards raised. You got to know the difference. You got to know when I met my husband, I already had a 4-year-old. My rule is no one meets my child until I'm sure he's man enough to see the good example for my son. Let's see, my son only met my husband. That's good. That's good, TCK. You know, that's good. I'm glad to put a smile on your face. Slayer, appreciate that. I try to be serious, but also make people smile, make people laugh, give them a little bit of joy in their heart. Woo! You know, and thank you for the 7 people that are still watching and the thumbs up. I appreciate you for that. But it's like backwards raised. This is something that can actually be discussed for hours. You know, saying it's kind of crazy. But back to your point, backwards raised. You have to know the difference between the friend zone and the romance. You know what I'm saying? Some people want the romance and they're blinded by the objectivity. You know, it's like a song from Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison, back in the day. never trust a big button to smile, but that's another story. Sometimes people are blinded by, what they want from a person sexually, and they're not paying attention to the cues and the signs from when a woman wants to just be a friend or a woman wants something more. My wife was the same way. We dated for 4 months before I got to meet her 13-year-old daughter. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think that's cool, because situations can go left. Wow, Slayer. That's something you and Llama Monster have to discuss. But anyway, seriously though, it is cool to, wait and really, get it together. It's like Janet Jackson had a song. Wow, that's funny. I mean, that's on you, Llama Monster. I love the woman. Here's the thing. Janet Jackson had a song back in the day, Let's Wait a While. Let's wait a while before we go too far, and sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you have to, try to, figure out and get to know a person before you take it to that next step. And especially when there's kids in there, like I said, I go back to Jerry Maguire, the scene with him and Tom Hanks. Yeah, I love the ladies too, Slayer. And the ladies love Mel. Wow. Wow. I'm not reading that last comment though, Llama Monster. That's on you. Have fun with that. Yeah. So it was a scene from Jerry Maguire with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Tom Cruise when he was dating a woman who was basically had a kid. And was it Cuba Gooding Jr. His character was telling Tom Cruise, don't shoplift the booty. You know what I'm saying? Get to know that woman, take care of her, support her. Don't just go in for the kill and get the one night stand and keep it moving. And it's cool when a man and a woman can just get together, get to know each other, and a man steps up to the point where he's somebody that can be a role model, that can be somebody like that to be worth meeting the child and stuff like that and whatnot. It's kind of crazy like that, but it's cool not to rush in. And I've made the mistake of rushing in, in situations when you have kids and stuff like that. And I know the opposite side of that, so that's why that's admirable on your part, TCK and Backwards Raised. Thank you for sharing that. So, sometimes that's how it should be. Unfortunately, that's not how it always goes. Vigorous and regular. Wow. I'm not gonna go there. Llama Monster. I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm gonna let you have that one. This is about something totally different. It's funny, but I'm not gonna go there with you. Yeah. Wait, till 40 and she was 35 before we had our son. We had the opportunity to know each other first. Yeah, I mean that's what it is about, Size Dad. That's what it's about. That is your pickup line. Hey, baby, come over, Mel, but don't kiss and tell. I don't really have pickup lines, Slayer. I'm not good at pickup lines. I just give them my personality, man. I'm somebody, either you like me or you don't. I try pickup lines. I remember one time I walked up to a female. She was going up to her apartment, and I just looked up at her and I said, "Hey, give me your number." She looked down, and that didn't go too well. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. Like I said, so I learned not to use any pickup lines, any player lines, any lines of any type. Anything that I come off with that sounds like a line is just totally me. Any smoothness, any sexiness, any swagger, any litness, all that is just me. And I'm not even making that up. I'm not making it up. If I could make you laugh, if I could make you cry, if I can make you think, if I can make you feel some kind of sensation, that's just all me. It's all me. I don't practice my lines in the mirror like, hey baby, what's your favorite, position? Nah, I'm good. Like I said, I mean, I just try to talk to them. I try to talk to a female. I try to, see what their interests are. I try to see what moves them. You know what I'm saying? Try to find out if we have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just try to give them conversation. I have some of the best conversations in the world. You know what I'm saying? I have women that the relationships didn't work out, but they love the conversation. Wait up, women get so offended when you respectful though. It's crazy. Well, if a woman gets offended when I'm being respectful to her, then I guess she's not the woman for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know women out there who say, I guess just from a domestic violence situation that the man doesn't love them unless he's beating on them or cursing them out and doing stuff like that. Listen, I'll tell any woman out there that wants me to rough them up and choke them up and get disrespectful with them, listen, and I'll say this closely and clear to you. Mel does not look sexy in an orange jumpsuit. I'll get into the camera closer and say this. To those women that like disrespectful men, to those women out there that want to be beat, whipped, and choked, and disrespected, here's the thing. There's plenty of men out there that can help you with that, which I don't condone, but Mel does not look sexy in an orange jumpsuit. I'm not doing prison time for nothing. I got my lady going to the store. What? By throwing a sucker at her. Wow. Okay. Got my lady by going to her store and throwing this. Well, that means a lollipop. You know, okay. Okay. Well, my girl like that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, Slayer. Yeah. Hey, man, you know, to each his own. To each his own. But for me personally, in the bedroom, out of the bedroom, I'm not in the prison time. You know, like I said, I mean, Prison Break is a great show, you know, like I said, on Fox, you know, but I'm not into, you know, being in jail and trying to break out or try to figure out how I'm going to get free, you know, because I had a violent relationship. I mean, I know some people, I've heard some stories, you know, and it happens, you know, I get it. I get it, you know, just choke me up and beat me real good. I mean, like I said, I don't judge, to each his own. That's just not my thing. You know, like I said, Mel doesn't look sexy in an orange jumpsuit, so we're not even gonna go there. You know, like I said, I'm not even gonna pretend on that one. But you know, for the most part, you know, it's wow. That took me off. That took me off on a tangent right there. You know, like I said, if you want a woman that's disrespectful or a woman that allows you to disrespect her, you know, a former, so you get a free cable and snacks. Nah. Listen, I'd rather pay for my cable and my snacks and be free to move about the country as I see fit, you know, with security clearances needed at certain places, but that's another story. My thing is this. People should be respected. If you're in a dysfunctional relationship, you know, get yourself out of that. If you're in that and that's where you want to be at, to each his own. I'll pray for you and I'll leave it at that. But like I said, Mel don't look sexy in no orange jumpsuit. No, I don't. I'm really enjoying relaxing to all this. Well, my reactions are real. My reactions are genuine. You know, Llama Monster. I try to react in kind. You know what I'm saying? This is the real Mel. This is the rawness. Raw, you know, but, you know, like I said, I let the conversation flow because I think I said a lot of stuff that I wanted to say on this subject matter. I got people coming in saying, when is he going to talk about the subject he was talking about? Why is he not talking about the women being nice to the men? Nah, I have. But the thing is, it's all good. Respect always. Yes, I always go for the respect angle because, like I said, I tell anybody, staying out of jail is a beautiful thing if you can bear it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to be caught up in an orange jumpsuit because somebody told me to choke them out a little bit and be disrespectful to them and curse them out and smack them around a little bit, or just just be disrespectful. Because then, what message do you send to any kids that you may have? You know what I'm saying? Do you want your kids to be disrespectful? Do you want your kids to go around beating people? Like I said, these babies watch. These kids are watching. And Anna Banana is live right now for anybody that doesn't know Anna Banana. All serious, I'm very respectful. Treat women the way I want my daughter. I have one. We treat it. Yeah, I agree with you, Slayer. That's the way it is. But I believe that women should be treated with respect. You know, yeah, kids are watching. Like I said, these kids are watching. And the last thing I want to raise is a woman beater. That's the last thing I want to raise. Man, listen. That's going to be a long conversation. I have a child that beat up on a woman. Me and that child we're gonna have to see each other. Yeah, like I said, you know, it's all good. Good night, paint kisses. And hopefully everything works out with your situation. Hopefully you got something out of this live stream. Like I said, I don't judge you for your situation, whatever decision that you choose to make. You know, it is rough dealing with somebody who has kids and emotions and feelings and things that you may have thought were going to work out and didn't work out the way that you wanted to work out. So I could definitely imagine, Pink Kisses, that it's going to be a challenging situation for you. And like I said, my thoughts and prayers are with you in that particular situation. So, you know, be safe, be strong. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing, Pink Kisses. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I'm here. I'm here. Like I said, you could come to my channel. You can leave a message or anything like that if you just want to talk. You know, seeker.dreamer.believer@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Or you can send me your email. We could talk. You know, straight up. You know, no nonsense. And like I said, hopefully everything works out for you. You know, that's rough. That's rough. You know, so say no to orange jumpsuits. Yes, yes, Llama Monster. Say no to orange jumpsuits. But that's another side note. And yeah, so I guess back to what I was actually talking about in this particular conversation. And backwards Rays was saying it. You know, it is about understanding the difference when somebody just wants to be a friend and when somebody wants more. And that's what TCK said in the conversation, as well as Veronica Bates. If a woman wants something more from you, she will say it. If a woman gives you signals or signs, or seems like it's a sexual innuendo, a woman, if she really wants to swing an episode with you, will let you know. Even if a woman is talking to you personally on the phone, secretly, privately, whatever, a woman will let you know and will tell you. You know, there's a lot of, you know, strong women out there. There's a lot of, you know, forthright, straightforward women that will tell you what's what. Some women play games. You know, for those women out there, you know, that is what that is. You know, I say, you know, like I said, peace be with you. God have mercy on your soul. But that's another story. But for those women that are not playing games, yes, some will tease. Some will tease. You know, but sometimes that's on the man too, because you're out there looking for a tease. You know, I love what my grandmother used to tell me, God rest her soul. You know, you can't find what you're not out there looking for. You know, you can't find what you're not looking for. And if you're out there looking for it, you'll find it. Like I said, you'll find it. But for those women that are just being nice to you, for those women that are just saying hello, for those women that are just giving you a hug, you know, they're not always looking for sex. Yeah, thank you, Size Dad. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. Thank you for all that, you know, that you've added, and I appreciate your support as always. That man out there tricking off. Yeah. Well, it could be tricking. It could be some tricking out there, Slayer. You know, but like I said, you know, if you don't want to get caught out there, don't find yourself out there playing games and trying to get caught up with scandalous, you know, situations. If you're looking for a scandalous female, you're going to find a scandalous female. If you're out there looking for, you know, a scandalous man as a female, or, you know, same sex, whatever you want to call it, you know, you'll find whatever it is you're looking for, as freaky as you want to get. But if you want to keep it straight up, if you want to be honest, if you don't want to find yourself in a particular situation where you're sending mixed signals and you're having people come at you, just be real. Just be straight up. Just be honest. And even when a man is forceful, even when a man is actually trying to, you know, ignore, you know, your sternness, you be more forceful about it. If you have to call the authorities, then you call the authorities. If you have to do police reports and get restraining orders and stuff like that, then that's something that you do. If you have to file a sexual harassment charge when you're at work, then that's something that you do. You know, don't play with that. You know, definitely don't play with that. You know, especially, you know, when you're dealing, you know, at work, because you want to make sure you can pay your bills and stuff like that. But, you know, for the most part, you know, I say to the men out there, because this is mainly for the men, you know, when there are women out there being nice to you, when there are women out there who are just speaking to you kindly, thank you, TCK, when there are women that are just speaking to you kindly, no matter how attractive they are, no matter how great they smile at you, no matter how friendly they are with you, doesn't mean they want to sleep with you, you know? I try to be interactive with the audience, Slayer, because, you know, like I said, you're taking the time out to come to my live stream, and I don't know if you heard the analogy of the restaurant, but I'll give you that right quick. It's like a restaurant. I look at it like a restaurant with people coming to the streams, you know, and the restaurant analogy is like this. When people come to your restaurant and they spend, you know, let's say $100 or $200, $300, what it is, even if just $40, you respect that and you patronize that because they didn't have to come to your restaurant. They didn't have to sit down, and patronize your restaurant. They didn't have to, come in and try to, make that experience and make that atmosphere something, and show that respect to you. They could have stayed home and they could have cooked. They could have ordered Domino's. They could have made a hamburger or something. So when people come to my live streams, the least I can do is acknowledge them. Even if I misspell your name, even if I get, your comments wrong, even if I mispronounce some things, the least I can do is interact with you because you're taking the time out to sit here with me on the live stream and be here. Even if you're only here for a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, because I know there was a couple of people that didn't stick around and stay around for the whole thing, and that's cool. But you came here for a couple of minutes, for a couple of seconds. You gave me the watch time, which I'm definitely grateful for and appreciative of. You stayed with me here on an hour live stream, basically, and, listen to me talk and go back and forth and try to give advice and get advice and have conversation. So that's what it is. Okay, can I get a well? Yeah, if I had a restaurant, you would get that. But instead, you're getting a dope live stream. Yeah, but that's the analogy that I use. And back to what I was saying before I get ready to wrap this up. Understand, as men, we need to understand that women go through a lot in society, constantly being objects of sexual desire, constantly, being sought after, being corrupted or trying to be tempted to be corrupted, because of, how we may see them sexually. And it's not easy for a lot of these women out there who have to deal with that, because sometimes a woman wants to put on nice clothes and nice perfume and go out and not have to be, catcalled or, made advances to or sexually harassed, in the workplace or in the streets, or even at a party or family function or whatever for that matter. A woman should be able to be strong and sexy and confident, and all in her own without having to deal with, certain sexual advances, because she's being nice to certain persons. Now, if the woman is coming on to you and that's the type of situation that's going on and you're reading the cues and you asking and stuff like that, then that's what it is. Nah, Llama Monster. I disagree with you. Because as a man, if we are seen in a certain way, or if we had to deal with stuff as it pertains with our money, we wouldn't like that. If you were being used only for your money, which men out there are being used for the things that they could provide to a woman or a particular significant other, that's not always fair. So you equate it to the money issues. Some men are only being sought after for their money and the things they can provide. And on the flip side, some women are being sought after for only, how they look or what people think they could do with them sexually. And sometimes you have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? It does come off that kind of way. That's why I can't agree with that. But I get it. My thing is that as men, we need to be careful that when women are just talking to us and being cordial with us and being kind with us, that doesn't mean they want to sleep with us. It doesn't mean they want to see us sexually. It doesn't mean, that they want to have an episode with us somewhere. Sometimes a woman is just being friendly. Sometimes a woman is just, being nice. Sometimes a woman is just concerned about our well-being. Sometimes it's a situation where they just give a damn about our lives and, want to know that we're okay. If a woman asks you, are you hungry? It doesn't mean she wants to go home, butt naked and cook you a meal. Maybe she just cares about you being hungry. Maybe if a woman's asking you if you're sad or, if you're happy, if you're down, it doesn't mean they want to take you home and just, you just stroke you down and whatever. Sometimes, people are just really concerned about your well-being, and it's best to find out. And as a man, if you feel a woman is coming on to you, or if you feel that it's a sexual situation, or something more, ask, find out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, TCK. I'm about to wrap this up soon too. But like I said, just ask. If you're ever confused about the signals that a woman is giving you, ask. Just ask. It don't hurt. It don't hurt to ask. There's plenty of times when Mel has had to ask women about certain signals and signs and things that they were throwing at me, And it's I'm kind of cynical because I've been through stuff. I've been through stuff too, Llama. I've been through stuff too. This lady got mad at me because I didn't want her number, and all I said was she looked nice, and she tried to give it to me. Yeah, I mean, and it works both ways on another side too. As a man, if you give a woman a compliment and she tries to give you some energy and whatnot, and you're not feeling it, just be straight up. And I think that's what it is. People need to be more straight up and more forthright and forward with each other. Sometimes we play games because the side of it that I left out is that a woman could not be feeling you and not really want the attention, but be willing to use you, depending on what you have. And hopefully that's not the situation as well. But I think that's a whole other conversation right there. But I say, when a woman, like I said, again, I can't say this enough. When a woman is just being nice to you, doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you. And I say be careful of that, be wary of that, because then you get into the point of harassment, especially when it comes in the workplace. You don't want to be, in fear or in danger of, sexually harassing somebody. So, that's something that you definitely want to need to watch out for. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to communicate with a person and talk to people as civil adults. You don't have to catcall. You don't have to send no sex pictures, pictures of your genitals, anything like that. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to slide up in the DMs and, stalk a woman or whatever the case may be. And if a woman does happen to say no, if you want to, have to get swing an episode with her, no means no. It'll always mean no. I'm in there, bro. I'm not going to start having my lady listen to you. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the one to be listening to, but I appreciate that, Slayer. I definitely appreciate that. But my thing out there is just that if you come across a woman and she's not giving you that energy that you want, and she's just being nice to you, then that's what it is. What's going on, Josh Shaft Drew? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you for coming through to this conversation. However, you got me at the point where I am actually about to end this stream. I don't know how long you've been here, but I appreciate you for being here. And I'm just giving you a couple of more seconds, for the conversation. But just to wrap it up, like I said, I repeated this, and some people were saying I'm repeating myself a little too much. But I have to say this, and it can't be stressed enough, that if a woman is nice to you, don't assume that she wants to sleep with you. Good night, Llama Monster. Appreciate you. Don't assume that a woman wants to sleep with you just because she's being nice to you, especially in a work setting. Do not do it to yourself. Trust me on that one. You'll save yourself a lot of time, energy, effort, trouble, money, embarrassment if you just let it go or you ask the question and see what's what. On that note, I thank you for another awesome live stream, which couldn't have been done without you folks, the audience. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your criticisms. Appreciate your likes, your thumbs up, your thumbs down, everything all around. This was a deep conversation. Solid Wisdom is a solid audience out there. I appreciate every comment. I appreciate every minute, moment, everything that you said on here. And thank you to TCK. Thank you for everybody that came through. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. And remember, just because they're nice to you doesn't mean they want to sleep with you.